Arsenal 3, Bournemouth 2. What can I say about that game? All I can say is mentality, never giving up, working as a team. Is something special going on right now at Arsenal. I'm not going to lie to you. The fact that we never gave up till the final kick, the fact that anyone that comes into this team seems to just fit, you know. Cool, people might not have the best game, but they fit. There ain't no, I can't find anyone in the team where you'd say, they don't look right. They don't fit, you know. Honestly, what a result. What a game. It was an amazing game, probably amazing for the neutrals, apart from people that hate Arsenal, because then the saltiness comes out. We've seen a lot of that. But yeah, that game, what a mad game. It has its negatives, it has its positives, but we'll go through it now quick. This is actually the day after the game. I've just watched Man United lose 7-0, and I just had to come do it because yesterday I was busy and all that, and it was like I had to go out right after the game. And I also wanted to give myself a little bit of time to relax and reflect because I was so gassed after the game that I think the fan cam it probably would have been lit, but yeah, I didn't have the time. But yeah, started the game. What can I say? Shit. Started the game within 9 seconds, the second fastest ever Premier League goal. Bournemouth go 1-0 ahead, and I sat there and sat there to myself going, "Fuck." But I also sat there and said to myself, maybe that is the best time for us to concede today if we got to concede, because I thought you concede in the first 10 seconds, you've got 90 minutes. You've put yourself 1-0 down, but it's against Bournemouth, you know? I thought we'd go and ransack them after that. And listen, we were all over them. The possession was all Arsenal. Just that final third was missing. And they actually had a few breaks where they probably could have took the lead even more. Aaron Ramsdale with an amazing save. And I was getting stressed. I was like, it's not going to be one of them days. There was a few penalty incidents. I'm not going to go over them too much because I actually want to stop giving satisfaction to the refs when we win the game. You know, we won the game. Obviously, there was, I think, 2 Stonewall penalties in the game. I'll just quickly say it. Or one of the handballs. I know there was 4. I can understand the 2 of them. I can understand the handballs. One of them, when he sticks his arm out like that, that's a handball, 100%. And the one where it comes down and it hits his arm, I think that's a handball as well. But even that one, I'm 50-50 on because I don't know the rules. But the other one was the Tomiyasu one. Didn't even barely get looked at. He kicked through the back of him. I don't know how that's not a penalty. But regardless of them, let's not even blame that. We should have been winning that game without the penalties. And then, yeah, first half finishes, and I'm like, Jesus, man, we didn't get a goal in that first half. I wanted to equalise, really, at least. Go into the second half. We start on the front foot. Corner. Nothing was happening from corners. We had like 15 corners at that point. We'd had like, maybe not 15, that's over-exaggerating, but we had like 10 at the time. Nothing. They get the one corner. I was sitting there going, they've got one corner. I thought to myself, I can see them fucking scoring this just to put the cherry on the top for them. They fucking scored the fucking corner, and I was going mad. I was there going, fuck, how have we let them score one corner when we've had 10 corners and done jack shit? But this corner storyline is not over. I'm just going to say it now. Yeah, so they scored again 2-2. I've lost my head. They scored again 2-0. I thought that's it. We'd thrown the game. I really thought we'd thrown this game. I thought it was one of them days. Then penalty decisions weren't going. I was like, Then all of a sudden, a party out of nothing. Smith Rowe with the assist. Smith Rowe come on for Trossard in the first half. Trossard injured. Hopefully, it's not for too long because we need him. He's such a good player. Smith Rowe was good today, but you can just see he ain't up to scratch yet. And the intensity of that game, I think, was a bit much for him. And that's why he got subbed later on. I don't think it was anything against him. I think he'll understand. He looked like he was blowing, you know, because obviously the original plan was to plan for the last 20 minutes or something if the game's in our hands and that. We know Arteta likes to ease them back, and I like that about Arteta. Yeah, there was a few changes in the team as well. Tomiyasu was in right back, and Vieira was in midfield for Xhaka. I thought Vieira played all right. A few people have said he played awful. I thought he played pretty good. Tomiyasu didn't have a great game. I do feel a bit sorry for him. I think he's going to be pivotal in the Europa League for us. But Ben White has made that position his, and he is our right back. So yeah, when Ben White come on, changed the game as well. Then Smith Rowe come off. So we scored with Partey, lovely goal. Partey needed to make up for the error on the corner. He lost his man. That's why we conceded, and he did that. Then we bring on Reece Nelson. Game changed. Game changed. Man of the match by a long shot. Easily won us that game. And I'm so happy for Reece because that is a pivotal moment and a pivotal game where if we win the league this season, or should I say when we win the league this season, he can sit there and go, I won this league. I weren't just a passenger. I won this league with the team because he won us this game. And that might be the most pivotal 3 points so far this season. Come on, one of his first touches, beautiful cross, straight to Ben White. Ben White, first goal for the club, unbelievable. First club of the goal for the club to come to equalise. And then we had about 20 minutes left. I thought we could go and win this now. I was excited. 20 minutes, nothing was happening. They were wasting time. This needs to end. People were saying Fergie time at the end because it went a minute and a half or something over the time that was added on. But they were wasting time in added time. And this is what's going to teach teams to stop doing it. Because next time, they might think twice about wasting all this time because Arsenal turn on in that extra time because people fall asleep. But beautiful cross, beautiful goal. It obviously went over the line, but I was still a bit hesitant when it went in. I celebrated like a madman, like a man possessed. And then it was all us. And then we maybe thought it was the last shot of the game. Comes off, Zinchenko shoots. I think it was Zinchenko. Comes off a player, corner. The final corner of the game. 17 corners. We were done jack shit. Straight in the box, headed out by Bournemouth on the foot of Reece Nelson, took it down beautifully, left foot, weak foot, boom! You ain't seeing a better goal in the last minute of the game than that in the circumstances right now. This is by far in this season that is probably the most, I wouldn't say insane goal in the sense of the goal itself was insane. The goal itself was beautiful, but the fact of the matter is he's just come back from injury. He'd come off the bench. He hasn't been playing. He's got the balls to take it on his weak foot in the last second of the game. That is the last kick of the game. If he misses that shot, the ref blows the whistle. He scored with the last kick of the game. Reece Nelson, take a bow, son. Reece Nelson has to start next game. Someone has to get dropped out. I'm sorry, for me, you have to be rewarded. I think we got I know we have Europa League in the next game, but I think the next Premier League game, Reece Nelson deserves to start. Trossard might be out, so if Trossard's out, he's got to be starting, and Martinelli starts up top for me. You have to reward something like that. That was huge. But negatives, the goals we let in, man, they're so shit. That first one. Do you know what it is? The first one I can allow this time. It hasn't happened this season. And hopefully this is a good game for it to have happened in that we ended up winning. So we can be like, next game and from now on, we're going to be switched on from the first second because we're going to all be thinking that can't happen again. And corner, again, a corner has fucked us. But yeah, what can I say? That is a title winning win. That is the sort of game, because people will say, but there's no easy Premier League game. Nottingham Forest drew with Man City. We could have easily kept that as a draw today and we won. This is something that Arsenal have been doing. We lost to Man City. People thought it was over. 4 straight wins in a row after that. That's all I can say about us. People say comment on other teams. People say focus on your own team. I'm focusing on my team. But I like watching football, so I'll comment on all games. The same way people will comment on our game. But Arsenal, I'm so proud of the boys. Arteta, the subs were correct. I weren't mad at him making the changes before the game. You know, I thought it was needed. Maybe Xhaka needed some fresh legs. Like he needed to refresh a bit. We've got a few big games coming up. Hopefully, Sporting, we can have them out of sight in the first game, and in the second game we can properly rest a lot of players. But we'll see. But yeah, that's everything for the game reaction. Comment below what you think, if you agree or disagree, what you think about them penalty shouts. Like, subscribe, share. Unbiased Sports. Peace.